Hi guys, so we are here back at the allotment. It is a very cold day and we're joined by Dave.
Hello.
Who is the patch manager at Roots Allotments and also is going by the tagline No Dig Dave on Instagram, and you're awesome. So thank you very much for chatting.
Thank you.
So just thought it'd be interesting to talk to you because we've been talking a lot about what you should do, what you should grow if you are absolutely new to growing and gardening. So I'm aware that with me, I've been around gardening and horticulture for, 15 years. But this is the first year that I'm actually growing on my plot, which you actually helped to bring together. So thank you. And I just thought it'd be really interesting to talk about if somebody is in my position who doesn't have that sort of relationships with people like you and my husband.
Yeah, completely out the mix.
Exactly. What would be the thing that you would suggest would be like, the first three jobs, first three things to grow, maybe?
Wow.
Yeah, big question.
Yeah. It's like a sucker punch question, isn't it? Especially now.
Yeah.
Because we're just getting over, well, still in. Even though today's thawed out and it's not so frosty.
You're still wearing your big hat,
it's still
though.
cold, still got my Russian hat on. And there isn't really a lot to get going with, as in getting stuff in the ground. It's more, I would say, if you was completely novice to all this and you was got, I don't know what to do, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are in that situation.
Well, that's kind of it, yeah.
Which is kind of a good thing because more and more people are now being drawn to the facts of knowing that the food's not what they think it was in the shops, and the prices are going through the roof, and you think, well, how can I start eating well and bringing my costs down and helping my shopping bill? How can I start growing? Because, we're in a community growing space here.
Yes.
When people hear the word allotment, they have their own vision of what an allotment might be. I don't like this to be an allotment. I do think it's a community growing space and organic as well.
Well, you do create that sense of community within here as well.
It's important, isn't it?
It absolutely is.
It is, because if you can come to a place where your stresses just go away and you can relax, meet friends, find out information, it doesn't feel like you're learning.
That's exactly it, because you say find out information. It's so organic in terms of the way that, I say organic.
Yeah.
Hey.
There's a pun every minute, there's a pun with gardening.
No, but it's so, you don't even, like you say, know that you're learning or knowledge exchanging.
Yeah.
There's no kind of judgment at all. It's just you're doing flowers, you're doing veg.
Yeah. And it's just general chit chat between one another, which is just chilling, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just relaxing.
Yeah.
If you're going, I've got to read this book now and I've got to watch these videos, that's too intense to me. It's too much. It's too much trying to retain all that's insane. But when you just come around and you're chatting to someone, what are you doing there and what are you doing here? It just goes in and stays. Because you go, I'll try that. And little bits here and there.
You'll have the idea in a month or so.
Actually. Well, that's it. Your one idea turns into another, and then you all of a sudden you're flying. Yeah. But as for growing, what would you grow right now? It's kind of we would have done. It's a cycle. It's like a pipeline gardening. You're doing things at this stage for it to reap the rewards later.
Because that's what I think throws a lot of people off at the beginning.
Yeah, it is, because you think, all right, I've got to go and buy some seeds now, get them in the ground and watch them grow. No. Yeah. You've got to start that pipeline. So for our spring crops, for our new season crops, we've already planted our garlic or broad beans or spring onions or whatever we might, or flowers, different bulbs, etc. Like we did.
I've done all that, yes.
And so I would say you've got to start the cycle somewhere. You've got to start your pipeline going at some point. Yeah. But right now, let's say, for instance, I've just had a welcome slot with a group of people. They're really happy and they've just got some patches, which I've just literally done.
Yeah, I saw you doing the whole spiel,
so buzzing with it as well. And it's like, what should we start with? I say, well, first of all, it's getting your feet on the ground,
yeah,
and getting yourself established with your surroundings and the people, and start chatting to people, and start finding the inspiration that you might get off different people. For, like you say, some people might want to grow flowers only, or I'm just doing fruit, or I want to do a mixture, or whatever it is that floats your boat. But maintenance and getting ready and setting up and finding the boundaries of your growing space, that's a major important one, because first of all, you've got to know, let's say this table is our growing space. And then we want to go, right, what do I like to grow? I like to grow flowers or this and that. And then you can plan that. Draw it out on a piece of paper. Plan it so that you're starting the prep in your mind of what you're going to want to do. And let's say we're doing flowers, and you go, right, I can still probably get some spring bulbs in now if I hurry up. Or I could start thinking about the seeds that I want to do for later, and start organising those sections in your patch.
Yeah, because that's what I'm starting to do at the moment.
And you've got a nice little spot for your rhubarb.
Yes, indeed.
So it's all about just finding your feet and being comfortable and make it fun. You know, make it fun, and don't take the stress away from it. Don't. A lot of people come in a bit,
wide-eyed.
Oh God, what should I do? And that's just chill out. Just don't worry about it. Just relax. And if you miss the boat on getting something in at a certain point in time, that doesn't matter. Guess what? The season's on its way. You're going to have plenty of opportunity to get plenty in the ground. And that first year, you'll learn so much, but just make it fun. And more about, if you're at a place like this, come and meet people, come and chat and find your feet, get comfortable, and it'll all just come together. That's probably the best advice I could give right now, rather than giving you a list of things
I love
to get
that.
on the ground.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I think that's, I've almost fallen into the pit of going, okay, so you have the 3 things that you grow and the 3 things that you need to do before you do it. It's like, it's not, that's how horticulture has kind of made me think I have to do things.
Yeah, too structured, too stressful. It's just, gardening isn't hard. Nature kind of does it. We just kind of give it the
nudge.
Just giving it the little nudge and helping it out a little bit. But at the end of the day, you go into a forest and no one's managing that. It does quite well on its own.
It does all right,
One bug's eating another bug, and this plant's helping that one, and it's all just working. So once we start getting our feet under the table and learning little chunks of information as you go, it all just starts coming together. And trying to learn everything at once will sometimes get so overpowering that you'll just give it up.
You won't do anything.
That's the last thing you want to do, is give it up. Because it's such a gift, in my opinion. Look at us, we're
completely
talking,
agree,
froze to the bone, sitting on a picnic table in a field in winter. Would you do that normally? I think we must be a bit
I've always dreamed of it,
It's good fun, isn't it?
It is.
We're out breathing fresh air, chatting, enjoying ourselves, having a laugh in a field. About gardening. Or wherever we want to call this.
No, I love that. Okay, so that's the message, isn't it? Just make sure that it's fun and just chill. And also remember that first season especially is an opportunity to learn. And if things do fail, I don't like that word, but if it doesn't work, you've always got next season.
You've always got next season or whenever. But let me say this, failure is part of it. And you don't want to take failure as going, I failed on that. No, you didn't fail. You just learned a couple of lessons on the way. That's all you did. I always say to myself, a third for me, a third for the pests, and a third for disease. I just make sure my third's big enough. And that's it, really. And don't worry about failures, because the best gardeners fail. And of course you do. I mean, Charles Dowding, my guru, he fails on loads of things too. And when I hear him say he's failed, it just makes me feel better about my failures. And this year, my potatoes failed, which... that's the first for me, and that's because I changed my routine a bit and went for potatoes that were blight resistant. And guess what happened?
Really?
They all got right. So there was a failure, but like, hey ho, doesn't matter. I had some spare potatoes over there that I still got my Christmas grub on the table.
Well, that's the important bit, isn't it?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you fail or not, because to be honest, being part of something like this, it isn't even about the food. It's about this.
Yes.
It's about what we're doing now, communicating, connecting, having fun, you know, and obviously we're going to get some nice organic,
get some food as well.
Clean, nutritional, dense food out of it as well, which is always a bonus. And getting the kids involved and teaching them that the food doesn't just drop out of the cupboards.
Yes.
It doesn't grow in the supermarket. And,
so important.
And go back to nature, go back to our bare roots and go Viking, you know.
Yeah.
I love it. You know what? I actually want that to be where we end. So be more Viking.
More Viking.
Yeah. Just
got to get the beard going.
And the hat.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dave. That's been awesome. Thank you.
Brilliant.